Welcome to the webinar presented by the Office of Court Administration, or OCA, on the submission of the Supreme Court Appointments and Fees Report required to be submitted by the county and district clerk offices. My name is Sandra Mabbitt, and I am the Judicial Information Analyst at OCA, where our mission is to provide resources and information for the efficient administration of the judicial branch of Texas. Just like the monthly court activity reports, the Appointments and Fees Report is required to be submitted each month. You will find that requirement outlined in Supreme Court Order 07-9188 and Section 71.035B of the Texas Government Code. The reports are due by the 20th of each month for the previous month's activity. The appropriate clerk office must submit a report for each court, each month, even if there is no reportable activity. The reports submitted when there is no reportable activity are called no activity reports. And just as with the monthly court activity report, each clerk office is required to submit the report online unless a waiver has been obtained from OCA. The waiver must be requested in writing and does not excuse the clerk office from reporting. It only allows the clerk to submit the completed report to OCA for submission to our database. Now let's talk a little bit about what information the report should contain. Include each fee paid during the month in the amount of $500 or more for each appointment made of a person to a position for which any type of fee may be paid in a civil case. This includes family, guardianship, probate, and any other civil case except for juvenile cases. The appointment could be made by a judge of any district, county, or probate court, a court master, or court referee, or a visiting judge. Now, some clerk offices choose to report information that is not required, such as fees of less than $500. Some also report when there are multiple fees of those less than $500 approved in a single case, either over several months or within the same month. Even if the overall total is $500 or more, these appointments are not required to be reported. There are instances where an appointment is made that you would not report. Those include cases when a party has the right to select the appointee. An example of that would be when a will names an independent executor or a trustee of a testamentary trust. You would also not report an appointee that is compensated solely by government salary, such as masters or referees. Don't include an appointee that serves in a non-judicial capacity, for instance process servers or substitute court reporters, and you will never include appointees in criminal or juvenile cases. For each appointment and fee paid, there are 9 items that you must report. The name of the judge or magistrate who signed the order, the name of the court, the case number and style of the case, the name of the person or entity appointed. Note that the person's state bar card number must be included if the person is an attorney, the position to which the person or entity was appointed. The following is a sample list of possible positions to which a person or an entity may be appointed. Please note that this is not an exhaustive list. There may be other positions to which someone may be appointed. And continuing on those items you should report: the relationship of the appointee to the ward or deceased, if applicable, the date the fee was approved or paid, the source of the fee, and last, the amount of the fee that was approved. Now, we frequently receive questions in regards to when to report the fee, so this chart should help in making that determination. If the amount of the fee is specified in the order, report the fee for the month in which the approval order was signed. For example, a fee for a specific amount that is approved in September but not actually paid until October would be included in the report for September. If the amount of the fees is not specified in the order, report the fee for the month it is paid when the amount of the fee becomes known to the clerk. In this instance, while the approval order may have been signed in September, the amount of the fee paid was not paid and the information made available to the clerk until January. Therefore, it would be included in the January report. The clerk office is not required to revise the September report to include the appointment in that month, as the amount was not known or available at that time. Now, the Supreme Court order requires that the report must be made available for public inspection. In addition, the clerk office must retain a copy of each report for a minimum of 2 years following the date it was made. Now, just like the monthly court activity report, the appointments and fees report will be accessed through the Court Activity Reporting and Directory System at card.txcourts.gov using the same login IDs and passwords used for the monthly court activity report. And again, just like the monthly court activity report, there are 2 options for submission. The first being entering the report manually into the database, and the second by uploading a file that is in an XML format. Now, as previously mentioned, a report must be submitted for each court for each month at both the district and county court level. Combination clerks need to submit reports for the district courts using the user ID associated with the district courts, and separate reports for the county court using the user ID associated with the county court. For example, in Briscoe County, there is 1 person serving as both the county clerk and the district clerk. They submit the monthly court activity reports using one login ID for the constitutional court activity and another login ID for the district court activity. Therefore, they'll submit the appointments and fees activity reports using those same and separate login IDs for those different court levels. Clerks that report separately for multiple county courts at law and or district courts may enter the reports under one ID for each court level. So they will submit reports for the district courts using one of the user IDs associated with the district courts, and submit reports for the county courts at law using one user ID associated with the county level court. So, for example, the Bowie County District Clerk submits separate monthly court activity reports for the 5th, 102nd, and 202nd District Courts. Their office may choose any one of the 3 login IDs used for submission of the District Court activity reports and submit the reports for all of the 3 district courts while logged in under that one ID. They also submit monthly activity reports for county courts at law activity and would therefore need to log in using that login ID to report activity for that court level. So now that there's an understanding of what needs to be reported, let's go over how to submit the reports. Once logged in using the appropriate login ID, click on Appointments and Fees. This will take you to the court's main page of the Appointments and Fees section of our database. Once there, if you are going to submit the report manually, that is, type in the information, you will click on Add New Report. For the reporting period, choose the month and year. If you have no activity to report, under Reportable Activity, click the No Activity box. To report no activity for all the district courts or all the county courts in the county, select All in the Court drop-down box. To report no activity for one district court or one county court, select the appropriate court's name from the Court drop-down box. Note that the remainder of the fields will show as being disabled. You will then scroll down to the bottom of the screen, enter your name in the Prepared By, and press Save. If you have reportable activity, select the month and year the activity is to be reported in, then fill in the remaining fields, enter your name in the prepared field, and click on Save. Now on this screen you can find some hints regarding the various fields you will be completing for each appointment. If a judge is not listed, please contact our office. The most common reason a judge would not be listed is because a recent appointment was not shared with our office and can easily be remedied. In regards to the case style, you may abbreviate when possible. For instance, instead of typing out "in the interest of," simply abbreviate to ITIO. Or if there are multiple parties listed, simply list the first one followed by et al. The appointee information is required, and if they are an attorney, you must provide their bar number. If you click on the box next to Texas Attorney and enter their bar number, the first, middle, and last names will automatically populate. For the relationship to ward or deceased and fee type, the information not be provided or simply may not apply. In those instances, simply choose Not Applicable. And last, the date prepared will automatically populate with the date you are completing the report. Now, just like the monthly court activity report, the system has automatic checks and balances built in. So if there are errors or any of the required fields are not completed in the record that you entered, the system will prompt you to correct them. You will receive a message in red which will list the fields that need to be corrected or completed. Once you make the corrections, simply go to the bottom of the page and click on Save. If errors remain, you will again receive a message outlining them. After you have entered a no activity report or all the information for an appointment, click on Save. If all fields are completed correctly, the system will provide you with a message that indicates the report was saved successfully. Click on OK and you can either enter another appointment or log out. Now that we've covered entering a report manually, let's go over the steps for uploading a report. In order to upload a file, your case management vendor or local IT staff must set up the capability for you to generate an XML file, and this XML file must be formatted properly, which means that it must follow the specifications posted on our website. Before you try uploading a report, you must run the report from your case management system, which will then generate the XML file. The XML file gets saved somewhere on your computer or network. If you do not know where the XML file gets stored, you will need to contact your vendor or your IT staff for assistance. Once you have saved your XML file and identified where it is located on your computer, you're ready to upload it. So you will click on Import XML. Next, you will click on Browse to find the file you will upload, double-click on it to populate the file into the browser bar, and then click on Import. If the file is successfully uploaded, you will receive a message that the import was successful as shown on the screen. As previously mentioned, if the XML file is not properly formatted or it is missing critical information, it will not upload and an error message will be received. If one of those error messages is received, you will need to contact your vendor or local IT staff to correct the file before you can successfully upload the report. When a report is successfully uploaded, you will automatically be returned to the home page where the records contained in the report you just uploaded will display. If you have no other reports to submit at that time, you may log out. Once a report has been submitted for no activity or containing one or more records, you may manually make edits to a record, copy a record, or delete a record. To find a specific court record, use the fields available to search by court, date, date range, sort by, and for only your records, and then click on Search. The result will be a list of the records meeting the criteria you have chosen. Note that there is no option to delete an entire report all at once. Each record contained in a report must be deleted or edited individually. So if you wish to upload a new report to replace one that you already uploaded or submitted manually, you must first delete each of the records contained in that report. This is because a newly uploaded file does not overwrite or correct a report that was previously submitted. So to delete or correct a report previously submitted, find each record and delete them one at a time. If you wish to make edits to any record rather than deleting the record, simply find that record and select the pencil icon next to it. Then edit the desired fields, go to the bottom of the page, and click on Save. In addition, if your next record is similar to one that you entered previously, you might save time by finding that previously entered record and selecting the copy icon next to it. Make any changes to the newly duplicated record and then press Save. And last, to delete a record, simply select the X icon next to the desired report. Once you identify a record you wish to delete by clicking the X next to the record, you will receive a message asking if you are sure you want to delete this entry. This gives you the opportunity to go ahead and delete the record, or if you are unsure, to cancel and not delete the record. Now that you know what should be reported and how to submit the reports, I'd like to introduce you to the reports that are available. The database stores the information submitted in the reports from all the clerk offices and provides the capability to run a report showing what was submitted by your office or by any other clerk office. In addition, there are reports available that provide information on whether or not reports have been submitted for any court in the county or for each court in the county. The first report available is the Approved Fee Details Report. This report can be run for a month or series of months, by court level, county or district, or combined, by county or all counties, by specific appointee, by name or the position, by court, or by judge. For the report shown on the screen, the criteria selected for the report was for the 110th District Court in Floyd County for the month of January 2015. The second report available is the Approved Fee Summary Report. This report may be run for a month or series of months and will contain the total fees approved in the county as a whole for the period specified. If you wish to see the amounts approved by the specific court type, you will click on the plus sign to the left of the county. The court type will then expand to show which court level reported, district, constitutional, or county court at law, and the amount reported by each. The Approved Summary Report will also list fees approved by appointee position and by fee source. The amounts will be combined totals of all reports submitted and are not available by individual county. The next report available is the Monthly Fee Reports Missing. This report may be run by fiscal year and court level, county or district. The report will list each county and indicates if a report has or has not been received in a county. If a report has not been received, the pound sign will be displayed in that month. Note that if more than one report is required to be submitted in a county at the court level the report is run for, the report will simply show whether or not at least one of the required reports has been submitted. To see if all reports for each court in a county have been submitted, the last report available will provide that information. That report is called the Monthly Fee Reports Missing Detailed. Like the report just discussed, this report may be run by fiscal year and court level, district, or county. Each county will be listed, and in addition, each court at that court level will be listed. And again, if a report has not been received, the pound sign will be displayed in that month. Once you have selected the desired criteria for the report you wish to receive, press the View Report button. Then select the desired format to export the report results into. If you wish to extract information from the report, we would suggest that you export the report into Excel. You may then print and/or save the report. We are now at the end of the presentation. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view this webinar and encourage you to contact me if you have any questions at any time.